Hey everybody, Will Hamilton here, bringing you this look at the Wimbledon final between Roger Federer and Andy Murray. Huge historic match. Andy could become the first British guy to win Wimbledon in a very long time, win his first major. Roger, of course, is trying to get back to #1, which would be a pretty amazing accomplishment as well, and win his 17th Grand Slam title. So, real big match. And my view on this, to sort of from a broad standpoint, I guess you could say, I think this match is really going to be won on the mental level more so than X's and O's. We'll get to X's and O's in just a second, but I really think a large component of this match is Murray's ability to handle the moment, both in terms of keep his cool and not let the moment get to him, but also his ability to stay committed to an aggressive game plan, which I think is going to be necessary for beating Roger. So sort of two separate mental things there, right? The manage, handle the moment, and then also stay committed to an aggressive game plan. I don't think Roger is going to be too worked up about the situation. He's been there so often that he just knows how to handle this stuff. So I think there's a big mental component, maybe a little question mark there. That wasn't a question mark. That is, well, that'd be reverse. I guess that, well, anyway, figure that out later. But I think the big question mark there is Murray's mental performance here, and of course that's one of the reasons he brought in Ivan Lendl, a guy who was a mental rock, and has shown some positive signs there, right, with performance at the Aussie Open and of course first Wimbledon final. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. In terms of the X's and O's, I think it's pretty straightforward. Murray needs to be aggressive. This is a guy who sometimes likes to kind of play counterpuncher style and maybe let his opponent make some mistakes. I don't think that works against Roger. I think Roger, if Murray just kind of keeps the ball in play and works it around, I think Roger's going to get into a groove. Play that relatively first strike tennis and take the match, get the match under control. So what I think Murray needs to do is hammer away at Federer's backhand. Now, circle is the player, stick is the side they're hitting on. So this is a backhand up here for righty. This is a backhand down here for righty as well. They're like pinball machine flippers. So in terms of a couple exchanges, I think the backhand here cross court, this primary exchange, what I think Murray needs to do is basically hit big. Stay away from the slice for the most part and really just go after his backhand and hammer away at Federer's. Andy's got a better backhand in my view than Roger, and I think if he goes big, he can consistently win these exchanges against Fed. And of course, what Fed likes to do is kind of alternate topspin slice in this backhand exchange and then run around and hit a forehand, either inside out over here or inside in down the line there. And if I'm Murray here, I'm basically taking as many opportunities as possible, sort of my first look to turn this backhand over here into a forehand, right? And I'd probably take that forehand like this and then keep hammering away at Fed's backhand until I can really move into the court and get some good vertical positioning, right? Get forward into the court, and then I might go into the open court, end the point. But I really just think the aggressiveness on the backhand there for Fed is key. Now, that doesn't mean Murray shouldn't go at Fed's forehand, because I think he should. But I think when he does that, the goal is to expose the backhand. So what I mean by that is, let's say there's this cross-court backhand exchange here. If Murray gets a look here, either the backhand or a forehand, where he thinks he can hit a quality shot to Fed's forehand, by all means, take that thing down the line. But you want to make sure you're hitting a forcing shot so that Fed can't take control with this shot here. And then the subsequent shot Federer hits, whether he pops that thing down the line back to Murray's backhand or he goes cross court here, I would send this back to the backhand corner. And what you want is, so back to the backhand corner, what you want is Federer hitting that backhand on the run. Okay, so if you go big at the forehand, it really opens up this area of the court to get Federer hitting a running backhand, and that's where you're going to get these shorter balls where Murray can step forward and control the point with the forehand there, and then of course being in a winning position where he's inside the baseline. You know, at the pro level, if you get a shot here and you're inside the baseline, you're going to win most of those points. So those are the two sort of I guess ways Murray can go after Fed's backhand, just your standard sort of vanilla cross-court rally. But again, going big, staying away from the slice, where that gives Fed time and allows him to work into the point and not be quite as defensive. And then selectively hitting aggressively to Fed's forehand to expose the backhand side. Other stuff that I think is relatively straightforward. Murray's got to serve great. He's got to return well. Federer's been serving excellently, despite somebody like Novak Djokovic, who has the best return, maybe arguably ever, Federer was quite effective with his serve. Murray's return is great, but is not quite as good as Djokovic's. So, I think not only does Murray need to return well, but the serve really needs to be there for him. He needs to win a lot of free points. And I think it's critical that Murray wins the first set. If we come back to this question of the mental side of things, if Murray can come out and win that first set and maybe calm the butterflies a little bit, then I think he's got a good shot at winning this match. But if he loses that first set and sort of the Fed, steamroller, freight train gets rolling, Fed's a great front runner, and not only with that first set, then you're down a set, and maybe the moment starts to get you a little bit. So I think that that first set is key for Murray from a mental and emotional standpoint. So, my take here on this match is that Federer's going to win it, and I think he's going to win it in 4 sets. I actually think Fed's going to get that first set because I think the butterflies are probably going to, at the beginning of the match, are going to affect Murray more than they're going to affect Federer. So Fed gets that first set, and then I think he ends up winning in 4. So we, of course, will see in a few short hours. So please let me know in the comments below what you think of my take and what your take is. And thanks for watching this video. Enjoy the match, and I will see you guys in the next video.